How much for Tarkus's plasma rifle? So Ken will look at it and say, I don't know anything about these things. It's really Jed that you want to speak.
Can we get on the radio?
Did we sell these to Jed or Victor Hale?
Victor was keen, but Jed's really the weapons guy.
Can we get Jed on the radio?
I don't think she is negotiating on behalf of Jed. Ring Victor up because he was interested.
He picks up. He turns on.
It's a plasma rifle with a stock, by the way. Just saying.
Ken's interested. Pay 120 caps for it.
So between the radio and the plasma, they're offering us everything for 180. Can we get Rack to do any roll to see if he can get that 180, any discount off that 180, or is the 50% they're offering the absolute max?
Fortunately, he seems to have walked off.
Yeah.
At the moment he's required.
Well, he did say that he was going for a brew.
He did.
Or we could get Morg to negotiate with his sledgehammer.
Well, the sledgehammer doesn't have the barter skill, so he'll probably win that. Also, doesn't have any charisma.
Speaking of Morg, I like to imagine that he's now hanging out with the guy that was unloading the cargo.
What's your name?
What about?
He's asking him what his name is and everything.
Fred, he seems really nervous of you.
You need help, Fred?
Sure, if you don't mind. I've pretty much done most of it, but yeah, if you don't mind.
Yeah, what do you need done?
Just heavy lifting.
Oh, Morg's good at that.
Sure, yeah, that'd be great.
Fred, have you ever thought about moving to a new place?
No?
Me invite you to move here, depending on what you're good at.
What about my wife?
She can come.
And my home? Do you have a home for me to move into with my wife?
We can make one.
And you have food and water here, yeah? Gestures for you to come off to one side.
Morg will follow him to the one side.
Do you do business with Ken a lot?
No.
Guy's a fucking prick.
He's a
I'd
prick.
gladly move if I didn't have to deal with that prick anymore.
He's a pisser.
I know, right?
You make fun of him behind his back, call him a pisser.
Everybody does.
Oh, even his brother? Wow.
Look, I'll tell you what. If there's a house for us to move into, my wife and I will move here. We'll just pack up and leave Battletown and come straight here.
Oh, you need help with that?
We've got stuff.
Me got idea.
Go on.
You tear down house, bring materials from house, and then we build you new house, but we have you in temporary.
Victor won't like us taking the house down. He'll want us to leave it for someone else.
Well, that's a problem.
Well, we can bring our furniture and our stuff.
What all are you good at?
Gone away and come back to find out they're moving. Oh my fucking god!
So Morg is currently persuading Pete and his wife come and live here instead of Battletown.
It was Fred. It's now Pete.
Sorry,
It's Pete.
Pete and his wife come
Fred.
and live here.
Pete Fred.
I don't know why. I'm trying to find out how much Tesla Science magazine's worth as we try to bargain for this with this armor and weapons. So Morg's off trying to recruit people.
Honestly, it seems like you guys have got it much better set up here with all your lasers and your mines and stuff. No one's going to be attacking you here.
Right, and they have Morg, so who wants to mess with Morg?
Yeah.
Me, Morg, by the way.
To the 23rd. I know, I've heard about you, Morg.
Oh.
Big, strong Morg. Ken the
Not
Pisser
yet,
talks
but
about you
when
all
they
the time.
turn up, they will definitely want to take some shit from us, and I don't think we'll be able to stop them.
What?
23rd. If they turn up, we will probably not be able to stop them.
Is Joe there now?
They've stepped off to the side.
Yeah.
Sorry, my apologies.
He's not having this conversation in front of Ken.
Right. Ken's nowhere around there. He's off where the guy with the cargo.
So the 23rd doesn't come around here, right?
23rd?
You know, the military guys. Heard of the 23rd?
No. That's funny.
Oh man, they are fuckers. Don't go near the 23rd. They're awful.
Where they at?
Guns and they're off to the east, but they come to Battletown now and then to extort food out of them. Vic is really not happy about it.
Were those the people that were there when we were there? Dicks.
They're set up over Moldraway, I think Fort Knox.
Oh, at Fort Knox. That's a funny word.
They're a massive problem.
Hello and welcome to the Answer Table Speaking Channel. My name's Fire.
ADHD for the win.
So, what are you good at again, Fred? Pete? Is your wife named Patricia? Pete?
Patricia Pete.
Oh wow! Lucky guess. More smart, despite what Ken says.
Ken's a pisser.
He is a very pisser. He pisses pants.
Okay, so I'll break it to the wife. We'll come over a couple of days.
So, what are you good at though?
Pilot. I'm a pilot. I drive.
Oh, you drive. Okay. We definitely could use you. Hold on. Let me go tell Lucky Ralph and Tarkus.
Before you leave, as you turn in to leave, you feel him reach up and touch you in the arm and look up at you in the eyes. Thanks, Morg. That's really good of you.
You're welcome. We want to make this hope big, and I think you like Big John.
Is he bigger than you?
I don't know, but he's just Big John. He's awesome. He's our leader, our king.
He's got this image in his mind of an even bigger super mutant now.
It's could have gone so much differently. At the point Pete said, sure you can help Morg, but it's nearly all done anyway. I was going to shout over, hey Morg, that guy's calling you lazy, that you've only turned up at the last minute. No, be good.
It could be that Morgan is waiting for him to leave. That way he kills Ken and then tells him not to squill or anything, and they'll build him a house for free. Otherwise, sell him into slavery.
Oh my god! Right. This just gets better.
So Ken, how much for a Tesla science magazine?
Pages sticky?
Nope.
Do you mind if I... Right, it's not that I don't trust you, but you might have to check. You feel the pages don't stick together? I can give you 10 caps for that.
Joe, we have 180 caps worth of armor and weapons for the useless layabouts. We have currently accrued through a military radio.
And yourselves, you can use it as well.
A military radio, a plasma rifle, and a Tesla science magazine, a whopping 170 caps. Can you use your barter skill to get us a 10 cap discount?
Would you like me to spend a communal luck point?
Do you mean an action point?
Yeah, you know what I mean. Communal thing.
The communal luck point is another thing. But
The communal AP.
Yeah.
So I've got 3 successes to beat. Hang on.
Why
Why
was that 3 successes?
Because that's target 9, 16, 17, 15.
Well, apparently I've got 3 successes. So you can have a 15% section in cost.
Let me spend a luck point.
The hand good.
get fucking 20 now. We'll get robbed.
Meanwhile, while he's bartering, Morg will walk up and ask to speak to Ralph by himself.
Thank you very much.
You rolled a 1, not a 1d20, a 1s20. That's why you got a 1.
Right, sorry, my apologies. I actually...
Good effort.
Well, that was a good one, actually.
I generally thought I'd rolled a 1.
No way, no.
So it seems to be going super well.
And then I put...
And then you start, for some bizarre reason, you're talking to him and you go to call his name and you call him Ken the Pisser. And his attitude towards you changes quite dramatically. And the upshot of the whole situation is you get no discount at all. He's just absolutely steadfast, stuck to to his guns on the price.
So the 50% discount, right?
Right. Live and Love magazine, +2 damage resistance against robots for 1 scene. Page is not sticky. 10 caps.
They're a little bit sticky, but 10 caps, yeah.
Oh, so painful.
Done. So, did you say Morg was taking Ralph to one side for a quiet chat?
Yeah, Morg will, you hear him come up.
Excuse me, Ralph.
Pick him up.
That's what he'll do. He'll just, pick him up.
You can talk.
And bring you to the
It's
side.
time for a conversation with Morg.
Y'all are probably used to it.
What's up, Morg?
Hey, I met Fred. Fred wants to move here with him and his wife. They are pilots. Well, he's pilot.
But his work's about town. I'm not
What?
out.
You're not there.
Right, yeah.
He's a pilot, as in he drives the caravans, is what, my out of character, my understanding is.
He's a caravan driver.
Why does he want to come here and not stay in Battletown?
Because Ken is a pisser, and he does not like Ken. No one likes Ken.
And the other thing that you understand is that because your place is defended by lasers and mines, no one's ever going to attack.
I know that out of character. Is Morg telling me?
Or gonna be like, and we got mines and lasers. When did we get those?
We don't have mines and lasers. We were just saying that.
Oh.
So if we don't have mines and lasers, is he gonna still want to live here?
I don't know, but if he's bringing his furniture and he can't bring his house scraps because Victor don't like that. So,
do any of the others have houses, or are they all sleeping under tents?
Who? Sorry.
The layabouts. Are they sleeping under tents at the moment?
They're sleeping in. There's a barracks hall on the surface, and there's beds set up in the mess hall at the moment. And then you've got 12 beds.
Not you would class a house.
No one's got a house. No.
Right. Well, nobody else has a house. We've never built a house.
If you build houses, that might make people happier.
Oh, and that's what I live for.
We can help build houses. Morg's strong. He can carry lumber.
Can I talk to Peter?
Sure, you can talk to Fred.
Then he'll pick Ralph up to bring him over to where Fred is.
Peter, it's fucking my mind. It's not working out.
Go and fight her instead.
When you talk to Morg, you don't even have to worry about walking. He'll just carry you everywhere and place you like right in front of him.
Which Ralph has no problem with, so that's walking out to do the bed.
He does the same thing with John. So.
Hi, Fred. How are you?
Hi, Ralph, right?
Yeah, this is Lucky Ralph, Red Lucky Ralph.
Fucking lucky to be here. So, Morg says you're thinking of coming and staying with us.
Don't let Ken know.
But Ken's going to find out, isn't he?
Sure, eventually, but I'll have moved by then, so fuck him at that point, right?
He didn't know where you lived, didn't he?
Sure, but he won't be able to get past all of your defences. I'm fine. And anyway, even if he did, who cares?
Little story about the defences. More of an aspiration than a current defence per se.
What do you mean?
They're not fucking real, you idiot. You just say that to stop people.
I don't even think we want this more anymore.
Wait. You've got no lasers and no mines.
No.
Why did you say you had lasers and mines?
Because we wanted the word to get out. This was a lasered mined fortress. No one would attack us.
So why are you telling me it's not got lasers and mines then?
Because you're moving here under the understanding that it has.
So your plan is tell people that you have got lasers and mines.
Yeah.
And then when they say we want to move in, tell them you don't have lasers and mines, so they go back to their settlements and tell everyone that you don't have lasers and mines.
Well, if you could tell people that we do, that would be much appreciated.
How do we benefit out of this? Surely, okay, all right. So the first thing was lasers and mines, right? Mm-hmm. Second thing was Ken doesn't live here.
Yeah, I never will.
And the third thing is you guys are heroes, and we'd be a lot safer living here with you than with Ken, the pisser.
We are genuine dyed-in-the-wool heroes. But the thing about genuine heroes is they're often away from the settlement heroing. As long as you're aware of that. This house that we're building you, how many other houses can you see?
Loads. You've got that big one there, and you've got that big one over there, and there's that one there, and then there's that one there with the radio stuff in it.
So radio station, mess hall. I don't know what the other one is.
Barracks.
And a
see house.
He's nearly as stupid as Morg.
I think he will blend in fine with all the other deadbeats.
Well, exactly. What's two more whinging deadbeats? Brilliant. You got any friends you want to bring?
Oh, Christ.
You could probably get maybe 3 or 4.
How upset is Victor going to be with you when you tell him you've decided to leave?
I wasn't planning on telling him I was deciding to leave. I was planning on leaving and then letting him figure that out later. I don't owe him anything.
Right. Free to come and go.
People who live in Bartertown are there because they want to be there, not because we're forced to be there.
Right. This isn't Bartertown. It's nowhere near as established as Bartertown. If you want to come and live here with your lovely... She's a lovely wife, isn't she?
Patricia, yeah, she's great.
You and your lovely wife want to come and live here. That's fine. But I just want to be honest with you. There are no lasers, mines, and housing is a project.
There are loads of lasers and mines.
Yes, obviously.
Iron Man. He's Iron Man.
I got you.
But sometimes they don't work.
No, don't tell them that. They are perfectly repaired,
Yeah,
well-maintained
yeah.
lasers and mines, right?
But we also have Morg.
Do you have Bug? Yeah.
And the robot that burns everything down.
We have that, yeah.
It's better his wife kills him.
How many-
Battle down.
What does your wife do?
She scavenges, she forages. It depends on who we get.
Oh,
Well, I think, Fred, that we should keep this as an exclusive setup until we're a little bit more established. Maybe just you and Patricia come.
I don't know. Maybe I could get maybe 2 or 3 others.
But they're not indentured. If they want to move here, they can move here.
True.
And we'll tell Victor that we didn't encourage it, and we'll just lie through our teeth until he...
Information, and we made an informed. That's not, I mean, you didn't encourage.
And there's no Ken.
No kid.
It's not the worst suggestion we've ever had, because we will load a military radio, a laser plasma gun thing, and 2 magazines into their truck, and unload 12 pieces of light armor, and
Fred
4 basic.
Pete. Fred Pete does that all by himself with a big happy smile on his face and a skip in his step.
Up it.
We are going to hell, and we deserve it.
This is light armor or leather armor?
It is. It is 12 locations worth of leather armor. So if you want, you can kit yourselves out, or you can kit out the settlers with it.
If it's fine, I'll take 4 pieces. I don't know. Any objections?
Does Morg need any?
Won't fit Morg.
Are any of y'all wearing the fatigues?
Because that was something I was going to talk.
My clothing is better, so I don't need it.
Alright, so fatigues are better for me. I'll put them on, but I will need to get the stats out.
I'm wearing some fatigues.
Military fatigues have got 0 physical damage resistance and 1 energy resistance. They cover arms, legs, and torso, but they also have military fatigues. Special. Wearing military fatigues allows you to re-roll the single D20 on any one strength or agility-based test you make in each scene, as fatigues are easy to move in.
Tough clothing, it gives you 1 physical TR, so I'm not going to wear military fatigues.
Does the armor cancel that?
Nope.
So,
Military fatigues can be reinforced with ballistic weave,
so
apparently.
I took 4 pieces out of the 12. Just saying.
What else? Joe?
At this moment in time, I'm quite happy just with the chest piece. I do appreciate there's a risk with it, but I'd rather armor the settlers and then get some more for myself when we've got some money from doing something interesting.
Do you not think maybe wearing some armor on your shooting arm might be a good idea?
I'll put a piece on my shooting arm because it's been suggested that's actually not a bad shout and I'm an idiot. You can say what you just thought, V. I saw that look.
No argument here.
Oh, on this one are going to be me going ADHD for the win, and you can say that.
I have 10 workers.
You
I
do?
have 2 who are farming. I have 1 now who is fishing, and that gives me an extra point, doesn't it?
They count as 2 dice for foraging rolls. You can do 2 on the fishing platform, and each one counts as 2 combat dice for foraging rolls.
So I've got 6 from growing plots, 2 from Brahmin. So I've got 8 spare people and the team.
You need 1 for Brahmin. For
No, we
looking
don't,
after the
because I bought a Brahmin workstation. We made a Brahmin workstation.
I think
I have 2 people.
that requires 1 person.
It still requires 1 person.
Let me just check it. I might be wrong. I think
We
it
are-
basically requires 1 person because basically what's happening is it is just effectively a trough and like a covered area, and that person basically goes and gathers vegetation and constantly dumps in the troughs, and it keeps the Bremen in one place.
And then milk them.
And then they milk them and
It's
take
an
care of it.
extra water, doesn't it?
It does give you an extra food and an extra water.
So we're now up to 8 food.
Right, I'm going to
So
put
another growing plot would give us 2.
A growing plot, fully
Yeah.
planted, would give you 4 crops, which would give you 2 food.
But we'd need the 4 crops.
You'd need the 4 crops, and that would require an extra worker to work it.
Do they have
Question.
any crops? Sorry, one more question, mate. I'll let you go. Do they have any crops on the wagon?
Let's have a look. See. Yes, they have gourd and carrots on the wagon.
So if I bought 4 crops, that would be 8 caps.
Yep.
And we've got 12.45 pounds that nobody uses, and that's worth 6. So I'm 2 caps short.
We've got 10 caps, which are
Well, we've got
basically
7 in
useless
there.
to me.
If I take that down, that's 7 down to 5, and sell the 45 ammo in exchange for 4 crops.
Yep.
Delete that. I can now go to my facilities. I've got 3 people farming and 1 person minding the Brahmin. And I know what you're going to say, but don't say it yet. And 4 growing plots, which is 8 food. That gets me to the 10, but not today because they've got to plant it.
So it won't be tomorrow either.
So for 2 days, I am.
You're on 3 at the moment, but it will take you a day to build it and a day to plant it, and then after that you'll be at 4 growing plots.
It's going to take 1 person to build it and plant it.
1 person to build, 1 person to plant.
So you build, you plant. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people spare.
Sorry, you can't plant on the same day you're building it. So you have to build it first, and then the next day you plant it, and then the next day it's
6 people spare, plus the team. We just need to get 4 food from foraging, and then we're done. 2 for today, 2 for tomorrow, and then after that it kicks in and we're done. Oh, thank fuck for that. Sorry, Black, what were you going to say?
Right, so the question I was going to ask is, can we not forage to gain the crops rather than purchase them? But you've purchased them, so that's fine. The next point I'm going to make is that we, as a group, need to spend some time going through. We need to start looking for another fusion core, or we need to start building power, because the fusion cores only last for so long, and the power situation is going to become critical and bite us in the ass without us realizing.
I'm going to send 2, 3, 4, 6 numpties out foraging. Do any of us want to go with them? Would it give them any help?
It would give them help, because if one of you goes with them, you can spend luck points to help them. If nobody goes with them, they can't spend luck points.
I'll go with them because I have failed miserably with luck points, and I have 3 luck points left, so I don't mind sacrificing a luck point with them.
Well, why doesn't someone with lots of luck points go?
Well, why don't we...
And then, Joe, if you want to go, go.
Split up, take 2 of us. So 3 go with me, 3 go with someone else.
Okay.
Spanner in the works.
Go
on. One person is required to set up the workbench. It takes a day.
I'll do it.
What do you need to set up the workbench?
You don't need anything. You just need to. Imagine it's an IKEA flat pack. It doesn't require any skill to do.
Tarkus is doing the workbench.
I'll do it while I'm doing it. I'm gonna make a sign that says "Beware of mines," and I'll just plant it at the front of the gate.
Prometheus, Morg, is there anything you want to do?
Not specifically.
I can help both scavenging or foraging. Or if you want Morg to, he can start helping build houses or work on building houses.
Let's talk about houses real quick. So you were talking about how you get people build happiness. Build shacks in the first place. I build small, medium, or large shacks. And the small shacks have 1 room, medium shacks have 2 rooms, large shacks have 3 rooms. And then you build the rooms on the inside of them. And depending on what rooms you build, dictates various different things. So if you build a private room for 1 person or for a couple, they provide 1 bed, 1 happiness, and the ability to store £100 worth of stuff. If you build an office, that increases happiness. If you build a dormitory that has 4 beds in it, that decreases happiness by 1. Houses which have 2 beds in them don't change happiness at all. And if you put a lounge in, that gives you +2 happiness.
All right. So building this shell, what does that cost us?
Depends on what you want. If you want a small shack, 40 common materials, 4 days, requires repair 1. So 1 person with repair 1 can build a small shack for 40 common in 4 days. 4 people are allocated to it, means it's done in a day.
2 people?
2 days.
Prometheus, have you got repair 1?
I think I do.
What about medium? What's the requirement on a medium?
Repair 2, 50 common materials, 6 days.
2 rooms?
2 rooms.
Have you got repair 2?
I've got repair 3.
Large shack requires to repair 3, 60 common materials, in 8 days.
We have 169 common materials, and people want gun mods.
I'm not being funny, but the happiness so we don't have to fuck around with the settlement would also make our life easier, and we need to go out and scavenge.
With the people we've got, with the foraging we're doing, with the crops we're planting, we are going to have sufficient beds, food, water, defense, and power. These people are happy. We can increase their happiness, but we have got them at a level of happiness already. I would suggest we use our materials to spec up our weapons and then go, because most of the stuff that we've got and bartered away for other stuff was found by going to the 2 towns, killing anything that moved, raising it to the ground and dragging it all back. We had 600 common materials at one point. We've got 150 left.
So we need to go out and start. We need to go out and start finding things.
Point of order: Fred, Pete, and his wife Patricia, and his 2 or 3 extra mates, when they turn up, are going to add to your population.
And downcrease
If your population ever is higher than your happiness, you have to make rolls every day to see if people start deserting. Also, the higher your population goes, the more chance there is going to be of an attack.
They can come and they can leave. It's fine.
Yeah, let's not.
So, what about the fence? Aren't we wanting to finish the fence?
Your defense has anything that's not high, not at least equal to your population level, causes a dice roll.
Right. What's
Morg, should we just gotten this sorted and Morg goes and invites half of Battletown to come and stay, and now we're going to have to do it all over again.
In fairness, Morg invited one person, which would have been perfectly within the realms of your happiness, and would have been slightly meant you'd have to allocate one person to defense in order to maintain it. He had a wife. And then you convinced him to bring 2 or 3 extra mates.
No, I don't think I did.
You tried to take him out of it and you failed miserably.
Also, maybe they'll bring more food and crops with them as well. So, maybe there's...
Right, so...
It's fine, more workers. It's not the end of the world. Like, we'll make them work. We can balance
at
together.
the end of the day, we need to do something to make the happiness up for the new group of people that are going to turn up potentially. So we need to do something. So build the big house, put some private rooms in it. We'll go from there.
I thought the big house brought down the happiness, or was that Dorn?
The large shack has 3 rooms in it, and then you can put whatever you want in those whichever rooms you want in there. So if you put a private room in there, it increases the happiness of the settlement by 1. If you put a lounge in there, it increases it by 2. If you put a dormitory in there with 4 beds in it, it will decrease it by 1. If you put an office in there, it increases it by 1. There's different things that you can do in
How much is the lounge?
Lounge eels requires repair 2, 28 common materials, 5 days.
So we'll make a big house with a lounge.
You can make a big house and put 3 lounges in it if you wanted to.
Put big house, 2 private rooms and a lounge, right? So big shack. Chris, how much is that?
Large shack is 60, I think. 60. 60 requires repair 3 and 8 days.
Just the materials. The lounge.
Lounge is 28 common materials, requires repair 2 and 5 days.
And the private room?
25 common materials, repair 2, 5 days. But obviously you need to build the house before you can build the rooms.
That's 138 common materials. If we do this, we get 2, 3, 4 happiness.
15 happiness.
But leaves us with about 31 common materials.
How about we start the big house and then we'll see what we'll add to it later? Does it work, or do you need from the start?
No, you build the shell first, and then you build the rooms on the inside.
And building the shell gives you no happiness benefit at all.
It's just a building. It's like taking the warehouse. You could do the same thing with the warehouse. You could convert the warehouse into effectively a large shack if you wanted to. In fact, you could designate it as a large shack and say, I'm going to build 3 rooms in the warehouse.
Is it empty at the moment?
No, it's got all of your stuff in it.
Right.
Is there a warehouse area in the bunker? How about we move the stuff
into the bunker? All of the rooms in the bunker could count as... You could put rooms in each one of those. So you could not build the large shack and say, barracks room those 2 barracks rooms, we're going to convert those into private rooms, and that would be.
Why don't we convert the ammunition room into a private room, the armory, because that would be smarter. We've got the barracks rooms that we can keep as barracks rooms, which all it does minus the happiness. I presume it's already been accounted into the current ratings.
No, you're not using them, so it doesn't.
All
It
right,
doesn't make
so
any
they're
difference.
It's not in at this moment in time, and then we can make decisions as and when appropriately. But we are at a point where we need to go out and start exploring the world.
I am for doing a warehouse in the bunker and turning the warehouse upstairs into a big shack with.
Okay, let's move all of our stuff into the bunker. That saves us 60 common materials. And so, I'm sorry, because I'm just asking one more time. Lounge
28, 5 days, repair 2.
and the private rooms.
25, 5 days, repair 2.
If it's 25 and 20 anyway, why don't we make 3 lounges where we're making 2 rooms and one lounge if the difference is 3 common?
So you could convert the warehouse into just a chill out space. That's absolutely fine, and that would give you 6 happiness.
More happiness. Why would we not do it?
Instead of that in the warehouse, how about put it
It's a really
in
valid point. The moment you do
the
that,
mess
we have to
hall?
move barracks.
Oh.
We move into a barracks, we drop in happiness.
What you say?
I was saying, how about in the mess hall, put a portion of it as a lounge?
The mess hall would effectively count as a medium shack, so it would have 2 rooms. So
Gotcha.
you could easily convert that into a lounge and a private room if you wanted to.
What's in the mess hall now?
Barracks. Beds, basically.
For now, how about we just make 1 lounge in the warehouse to start building? Use the rest of our materials to upgrade our guns. And we'll see whatever we loot from now on, we can keep building stuff.
You look confused.
Not really.
We can
It's
build
just-
them all at the same time anyways. How about we start with something on the warehouse and lounge for now?
Let's just take the warehouse. You're right. It's 5 days, 28 common materials. I take it 5 people would do it in a day. First things first, Chris, can we do 2 foraging rolls? Well, can we do 2 foraging rolls? There's myself with 3 Muppets, and there's Joe with 3 Muppets. We're going foraging tonight. While we do that, Tarkus is building the workbench.
You doing foraging and scavenging? Or are you doing...
Just 2 foraging.
Why are you doing 2 foraging?
Because I'm building food up so that tomorrow I don't have to do anything and I can put all 5 people on.
You only do 1
lounges.
foraging roll.
Right, okay.
Split it into 2 so we can do luck points, but if it's easier, just do 1 foraging roll.
Yeah.
There's 1, 2, 3, 6 Muppets, myself and Ralph.
So it's 3. Are any of them allocated to fishing? 2 of them on fishing, right? So it's 3 plus 2 plus 2. And how many in total was there?
6.
It's 3.
It's me and
10.
Ralph.
So it's 10 dice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4.
That would be on the effect dice. So it'd be 4.
That faces you.
So 4.
So that's 4, and I can re-roll. Spend a luck point and re-roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dice.
You can re-roll 3. Re-roll
3.
3 for a luck point, or if you spend 2 luck points, you can re-roll 6 dice.
I'll spend 2 luck points. And re-roll 6 die. God. 6 dice. Fuck off. I get 1.
Okay.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 food. Yeah, that actually does it. That gives us everything we need for 2 days. And then the growing plot kicks in and we're done. So I need 3 farmers and a Brahmin, and we are done for food for the moment. And then Tarkus builds the workbench. So that's the end of day 1.
Right. At the end of day 1, the caravan leaves.
So day 2, we now have a working gun bench.
You have a weapons bench. It's not specifically
Yeah.
guns. It'll do melee
Right.
weapons as well.
We have a weapons bench. We have 8, 2 food. So that we have 3 excess food. So we're going to assign 3 people, 2 people farming, 1 person planting, 1 person on the Brahmin, and we're going to assign 5 people to build a lounge. And how long does it take to read a magazine?
Day.
I'm going to read the magazine. That gives me -1 difficulty to craft weapons parts. And if I get my next level, I can convert that into a perk. So I've always got -1. Yeah.
Correct.
Anybody want to do anything else today?
Scavenge with anybody who's scavenging, if that helps.
Can I?
Yeah, you can use the workbench now. It's all up and running. Where have you installed it? In the armory?
So,
I'll leave my 44 to get fixed.
I have science. I don't like. What do I need to repair his gun?
If you can't repair it, then just don't worry about it.
You can repair it.
I'll wait for Ralph.
I'm just asking to know. Like,
It's a repair roll.
so I have.
It requires 2 common, one uncommon material, and you need to make a roll. I think you're going to need 2 successes. Is it 2 or 3 successes? I think it's 3 successes. 3 successes you're going to need in order to be able to repair it.
The 2 uncommon and the 1 common go regardless of success. Yeah, let me take them off now. So
I have 3 repair and 9 intelligence, so I have 12. I need 2 successes.
You need 3 successes in total.
3 successes in total. Holy. Phil, what's your repair rating in total? Intelligence plus repair?
So it's 6, rank 6 repair. Intelligence is 8, so 8, 9, 10,
Alright.
14, and it's tagged.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for Phil to do that. I want.
If you help, you'll add a die onto his roll.
I'll help, but I think he's reading his magazine now, so
Yes.
she can do it the next day.
The gun, right? As far as Joe is concerned, the gun's on the desk. It's on the list to do. Excuse me while I mute.
Right. I want to make a couple of science mods. I know which ones I want to make. How do we go about it?
Bad guys.
Which mod is it you're trying to make?
I'm gonna make for sure the boosted photon agitator. It's from the main book. It's the other ones that you showed me the other time.
The Wanderer's Guide. Boosted photon agitator.
Yeah.
Boosted photon agitator is complexity. So you
I've written down it needs 5 common materials and 3 uncommon.
It does. In order to figure out what the difficulty of the roll is, you subtract your skill in the required thing, and also you need to have science 2 in order to be able to do this. Have you got science 2 already? Science exclamation mark 2.
I do.
So what's your skill in science?
6.
So that reduces the difficulty down to 0.
The other one is like that requires 2 rare materials, which we only have 2 probably. So maybe.
And it requires the science perk at 3. Long barrel, rare items.
How about this snapper?
From the main rulebook.
Yeah. I've written down 5 common 3.
That's fine. So that'll be complexity 4, so you don't have to roll for that either.
Alright, I'm gonna do these 2.
Pretty good. It's not just that though, is it?
Yeah, I get vicious as well. And I get like a bunch of more range, I guess.
Let's pause it there. Should have paused it when Phil walked away, actually.